Okay, here we go. Oh, I need a wide angle lens adapter for my camera. All right. Hopefully this isn't junk and it actually works. I'm kind of cutting off my head here, but I'm sure we could deal with that. A handy dandy box cutter. Hey, whoa. Huge box and a tiny little box. There's supposed to be multiple bulbs, stands, and the whole thing in here. This looks really small. Oh boy. Well, might be disappointed already. That looks too small for me. Great. Okay. That's all oh, flip it over. Where the top of the box is, I don't know. Alright. One thing when you're cutting boxes open, don't hold it like a knife. If you put your thumb on this edge, yes, you won't cut yourself, but it prevents from cutting too deep. It's an old trick I learned from when I worked at the university bookstore, because if I would have done this, I would have cut the fabric, but you do the side thumb thing and you're in business. Alright. Well, so far so good. Nylon looks a little inexpensive. Sewing looks okay. I'm not really after the package per se. Yeah, it's definitely level 1 sewing. It doesn't have the double back protection on it, so you got to be careful with that. Alright, this looks like part of a Softbox here. What do we got going? Let's see, well, we'll concern ourselves with the packaging later. If lighting doesn't work, the packaging is not relevant. Okay. Looks like standard Softbox sort of material. Cool. Oh, hey, and it's got the little diffuser dealies. Nice diffusers. Little package to hold. There we go, the rods to hold it up. Okay, good. So far, so good. Okay. Another one, I assume. All right. Boom, boom. Okay. You look like that, and I assume, hopefully, the little diffuser pouch here. And second set of 4 rods. So far, so good. Hey, now we're getting to the meat of the matter. The heads of the lighting kit. Alright, this is what I was after. I wanted a 5 bulb head. Because when you do 1 or 2, it's just not enough juice. Looks pretty good. It's got a little plastic in there to keep it, I don't know why. I might have to stick a knife in there. Oh, an extra fuse. They sent a spare fuse. Cool. The fuse back here. Unscrew it. There's the fuse. Not bad. Nice that they sent an extra fuse. That is a nice touch. Switches feel good. Stand. A little ratchety deal. Feels okay. It's got a handle there. These guys are all ceramic. I gotta get that fuse out. Aha. Now normally, I would take out my knife and then pull this out, because you should totally stick a knife into a light bulb socket, but it's not plugged in. Alright. Do not lose that fuse, because that might be important one day. Okay, and then what else is in here? Set that down carefully. Power cord. Does not look like a high capacity power cord, but it uses a standard IEC connector, so I could get a much fatter cord if I felt the need. One day I might, but so far so good. Okay. Head 1 looks good. What about head 2? So far so good. Everything's been in the box. Uh-oh, I hear something rattling around. That's not good. Rattle, rattle. What do we got going here? What was rattling around? Oh, just the power cord. And no... Oh, hey, here's a fuse. Oh, but there's a tiny little washer. Ew. There's a tiny little washer here. I can't even hold it to show you. I don't know what that goes to, so let's be careful with that business. Okay, we'll put the washer on the table so I don't lose it. So far, so good. This head, it's got a little ratchety deal. You ratchet it, seems to be okay. Lock it down, doesn't rotate, so maybe ratcheting is good. Molding on the plastic looks a little cheap. That's pretty thin there. I bet you that's going to break eventually. But it looks like it could probably jimmy something together. Power cord here. It seems to fit okay. All ceramic. So that's good. Switches. Alrighty. Fuse. Interesting they put a fuse in here. That tells me something can go wrong routinely. But that's okay. Alright. So far, so good. Light head 1, light head 2. Now I know these are bulbs, and they're supposed to be 45 watt, whatever bulbs. It's supposed to be blinding bright. So let's take one out. Oh, there you go. It says 45 watts. Can you read that? Will the camera focus? Yeah. Oops. Flip it over, sorry. 45 watts. 5500K. We'll see how the camera handles this though. We'll put this back in. No, I wouldn't turn this on. I don't care about the light stands at the moment. I've got light stands coming out of my ears. I want light. So what we're going to do is untwist this, because we're all about lighting. I don't know if that made sense or not, but the whole point is to get this hooked up, fired up, and add some light to the situation. All right. Now, which switch goes to which socket, I don't know, but I suppose it arguably doesn't matter. We'll plug it in. Little power indicator came on. Cool. All right. I will unplug it. No, let's plug it in because this is awkward, not on a light stand. And then I will very carefully put a bulb in here because this is compact fluorescent. You don't want to drop something. And we'll just put it in the middle. Okay. Doesn't feel like it screws in all the way. Well, maybe. Let's see. Standard Edison light socket. That's about as far as it goes in there. And what about the middle one? I should probably order some replacement bulbs because they will burn out or I will break one. Oh, that's fine. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's not incredibly bright, but it's going to warm up. That's supposed to be a 300 watt equivalent. Doesn't seem that bright. Okay. Well, light. Seems to work. Cool. Okay. The bulb is kind of warm. Not bad. Okay, we'll put the bulb back in so I don't break it because there are no spares in this kit, but I would assume they expect you to be responsible and not break the bulb, but I definitely, now that I think about it, should have ordered several more bulbs. Okay, the light stand. Now, I don't have a heck of a lot of faith that these light stands are going to be awesome. I do have some more professional light stands, nothing in the box, but interesting. So it only has a slug head. No quarter 20, so this is specifically designed but any umbrella adapter will fit on there. Now all of these guys are riveted. Not super amazing. It does feel lighter. The threads on this guy here, it feels cheap. I mean, didn't exactly pay a lot for this kit, but if it's a light stand and it holds up, oh yeah, I can feel it squish there. Yeah, not bad. Okay. So we'll put the head on this thing, and now we will see. All right. Okay, good. Well, seems to hold okay. Not amazing. Okay, now I'm going to unplug the power, and theoretically, somehow, we can get the Softbox on here. Now, the challenge is there are no instructions on how to put the Softbox together. Okay, well, maybe it's in here. So, let's see, is there a second diffusion scrim on this? No. So it's a standard Velcro dealie, I think. Oh, or is this a sit over? Ew. Okay. Now, I didn't spend $3 grand on a pro photo, so obviously it's not going to be that incredible. Now the question is, how am I going to get the Softbox on the head? I don't know. Well, let me, this has little rubber bands here, keeping under control. Hopefully it doesn't snap and hit me in the face. That might actually be mildly funny. Not really. Okay, let's just pull one of the rods out instead. There we go. Loosen up the rubber bands. Put another rod out. Oh, interesting. This is different from that. So, there you go. Different head, so it definitely matters what direction this goes in. All right, getting the rubber bands off here. It's not that I can't figure it out, but it's just something to figure out. I suppose you don't have to be a rocket scientist to put this together. I do have a degree in engineering and computational science. So in theory, I can figure this out. Of course, it'd be really embarrassing if I couldn't figure it out. So the question is, how do you put the Softbox together? Okay, Velcro. All right, well, I don't know. Let me move the camera here. And see if you can watch me struggle to figure out how to put this together. I don't know. Now, typically, Softbox will, I think this is a rectangular guy, so we're going to go vertical. So the rods, oh, Velcro opening. All right. The rods go in the corner. Oh, Velcro opening. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's got some Velcro openings here. Okay, cool. That's tall. Okay, presumably these little slug guys go into the head, and I would assume they just go in like that. You can actually put them up on top, but I assume the diagonal is how it goes. Now this is all plastic on the back. Let me show you here. Now of course it's plastic because it's not Profoto or Bowens or whoever. And it looks like these guys just go in here. You can put them on top, put them on this side. They've got side deals and presumably on the bottom, but we're going to go with the traditional setup. Okay, so far so good. Haven't had anything flip out and hit me in the face yet. All right, okay. So it looks like looks like, if I can get it in there. There you go. So the rod goes in that little pocket. Now the sewing's only single. Might have to add some extra sewing to this. Maybe I have to get the sewing machine out. I don't own a sewing machine, but I don't want this to tear apart. So we'll put this back in here. And we'll put another rod and try not step on anything. Okay. Now, presumably the rods go in inside, which means I've already put it together wrong. This is going to be a bit of a challenge. Okay. Oh boy, this is like every other Softbox, awkward as all get out. I'm here struggling to put the little rods in there. Okay, good. Okay, so if we flex this around, jam that in there. Oh, all right. Halfway there. Now, interestingly, because this Velcro, let me show you here. The Velcro opens on the bottom. That might actually enable you to put the rods in easier. So let me move everything else out of the way, and I will see if I can put the rest of this together. So I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to put the other little slug into this other pocket, and those rods hang out. Okay, good, 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 good. Now let me rotate this around so the legs are in front. And you want to span the legs out as far as you can. Okay, good. And getting the rods in, that's the second to last is no problem. But usually the last rod is painful on a Softbox. So let's, oops, already fell out. Okay, come on. I know this is punishing, but you should really try and do it on video yourself and show people how to do it and watch your struggles, which is actually pretty entertaining. Because you can see exactly what I'm going through so you know what you're getting into. So let's twist. Oh yeah! That wasn't actually too bad. My higher end professional Softbox was tougher to click. So we're going to put the Velcro back together. All right. All right, Velcro back together there. Velcro here. Now, of course, the ultimate question is, how much light does this thing actually put out with those 5 bulbs? I don't know. I'm going to have to test that. I'll have to do that in a separate measurement video, but this is just an unboxing. So now, let's see. So presumably, oh, there is Velcro here. Hey, check it out, Velcro. And then you will simply put this on top, to the sides. Cool, but I don't have any light bulbs in there. So let's get some light bulbs going. Be careful with them. All right. Hopefully I don't get to show you on YouTube how to break a light bulb. Now the nice thing about this particular kit is it's got 5 switches because I want to be able to vary and control the power. All right, 1. Because depending on the situation, I don't want to have to crack this guy open and remove light bulbs and put it back in. That's real painful. So instead, I got the one with the 5 switches because I found some models on Amazon, they had 4 switches. I don't want 4, I want 5, and I want 5 light bulbs because it may seem bright, but when you're photographing or videoing, man, that's a little tough to put in, okay? When you're light bulbing or videoing or photographing or whatever, trust me, the more light, the better. You can always throttle back the light, but you can't always get more light if you don't have enough. So everybody said that these guys are a little awkward and they take up space, but if it's not too tough to put together, it's really not that big a deal, and just toss that sucker into the office. Okay, I'm gonna have to fast forward this part because watching me put in light bulbs is kind of boring. It's actually boring me. 45 watts, 120. We'll put this guy in there. All right. Those ceramics feel nice. That's one nice thing. These are ceramics, so they're not cheap and they're not going to melt. So that's a nice touch. Maybe that's where they spent most of their money. Okay. Now, why do you think, why does this thing need 5 light bulbs? Well, because these compact fluorescents, you could buy bigger ones, but this is what it comes with. And even a 300 watt equivalent bulb, even though it's blinding to you, it's not really that bright for the camera. That's one of the things about it. You really need way more light than you think you do. Okay. All right, last bulb. And I'll put a report in there just to let you know if the other one worked, because we don't want to watch me do this twice. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay, so I'm going to plug in the switch, or the power plug, and we're going to fire this up and acid test. 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoa! Oh! Okay. That head needs to be cranked down extra tight. Ooh, boy. Okay. That's something to watch for. Okay. Now, oh wow, those are so bright that it's actually confusing the camera. And switch number 5. All right. Cool. Ooh, that's kind of blinding. Now, the thing about compact fluorescent is they do take a while to warm up and brighten up. And you want to put a diffuser on there because it's just nicer to look at. Oh, those little sleeves are good. Oh, they actually thought about how to put this on the softbox without putting Velcro all the way around. Except the Velcro's inside out. Do I have this thing inside out? I must. Huh. Okay. All right, so obviously you got to flip this inside out. Or maybe not so obviously, because the Velcro has to be inside here. Okay, almost done, people. I know this is a long unboxing video, but I really wanted to show you the struggles because I have never used this before, and I want to show you what it's like. Now, if I had a very expensive camera, I could tell you what the exposure is, but I'll have to put it on manual to see, and also I need to do it at night because during the day all the sunlight messes up my exposure measurement. Okay. Whew. All right. Now, it's pretty bright. Obviously, it's messing up the exposure on the camera, so let me flip it around. Okay. Whoa! Now, is that going to compete with the sunlight? No. But is that going to be effective in potential daylight? Maybe. There's a couple, no, not really, little pinholes and where the folds in the nylon are. I mean, the nylon definitely is not expensive. Oh, geez, that thing's too bright. I'm going to shut this off. Power it down. Ah, there we go. Cool. Not actually too shabby, even with 2 bulbs on. And the nice thing about this is compact fluorescent, even with 5 bulbs on, it's not that hot. Not at all. So far, so good. I'll put the other one together. But at least everything turned on, bulbs turned on. The light stand's okay. It probably needs a sandbag to hold it. But it's not bad. The clampy deal here. Where are we? The clampy deal here for tilting That's a lot of force on that guy. And I don't know how long that's gonna last. That's probably this whole thing here. Let me tilt down a bit. This whole thing here seems to be the weak link. Time will tell. There's a way to replace it, but I don't think you can buy replacement parts. So far so good. Cool. So I would actually call this a winner just based on the extremely low price versus buying, I was looking at LED panels, another 300 up to 3 or 5,000 bucks. Whew, yeah, and isn't going to be 10 times or 20 times better? Probably not. Time will tell. I mean, even if this lasts 2 years, no problem. So I would say, at least so far on an initial startup, highly recommended. Check out the link below to where I bought it on Amazon. So far, I like it. My name is Aaron Linsdau. I'm a polar explorer and motivational speaker. Please like and comment on this video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much.